Hello everybody and welcome back to another very nice day on the Southern Cross Station map. What we really need to do today is harvest the sunflower field just over here. So we're not totally full. We've got maize slash corn in the front, and also corn in the back, but the middle trailer actually doesn't have anything in it at all. So we'll fill it up with the sunflowers, and yeah, as soon as we are full, we'll then transport it all over to either the store, which is actually just over there, the silos, or we'll take it over to a sell point, depending on what the price is like. So what we're going to do is the same thing as before, but obviously, yeah, I'm going to be a bit more careful today, because the follow me worker does work when taking the headlands off. It's just, it can be a bit temperamental. It does like to crash into you a bit. So we'll just keep the same offset from side to side, but what we'll probably do is have it sitting a little bit further back. I don't know why I turned the engine off. Okay, so we'll unfold the header. There we go, and yeah, it's actually currently set to... it's reset it all. So we're looking for quite a large left offset, and obviously about 10 for that. Well, that seems to be working quite well. We probably could push it over a little bit further, just one stage I would say. So we'll set it to 11, there we go. I don't want it to be too far over though, because there is a possibility that when we turn it's going to miss bits. So we'll give this a go first of all. If it all goes very well, then we can keep it set up like this. But we're going to have to get the chaser bin into the field, which is actually over there in the cornfield. Now when this is done, we won't be harvesting again until the soybeans, and I think that's quite a while from now. Let me just see. Soybeans, yeah, end of autumn, beginning of winter. So we'll actually be focusing on the planting of wheat, barley and canola after this, which actually again is in quite a few days time, so we're going to have a bit of a gap. We may be able to use this opportunity to do something different. Many people have told me that we can't do the trees because they're going to take a long time to grow, with the seasons mod being on. Apparently it's about 1 year, one in-game year to each growth stage or something like that. So yeah, it's going to be a while. But that is all going very well. We're going to have to move the truck out of the way so we can actually get the John Deere and the chaser bin into the field. But yeah, that is not a big problem. And hopefully, although looking at it it's going to be tough, we'll be able to put it onto a worker. I think what we'll probably do is the bees. We've done it many times before, and yeah, I just think it's going to really work on this map. There's only one thing which I can think of which would set us back a tiny bit, but not really massively, and that is not having the milk, because you can make the honey milk, which would be another source of income from them, but we can just sell the honey, so it doesn't really matter too much. It would have just been an extra really. So yeah, I think probably in the next episode we'll start to set it up, because it's a really good thing to do. It's a great thing to do in our spare time. Obviously we're going to have quite a bit of spare time while doing this, because we really can't be harvesting every day. And yeah, I wouldn't really want to be harvesting every day. But that is looking good. 62% full. We may be able to get over to the far side. Hopefully we can do. We did manage to get quite a long way. Obviously we couldn't get all the way back to the beginning. That would have been perfect. But yeah, the headers are huge. If we'd had the medium-sized sort of header, would have been alright. But yeah, it's just taking in way too much, meaning it's filling up very quickly. I'm just going to pull forward so we're not blocking the track, and then we'll try and get the tractor into here. We'll have to drive all the way around to get to them. They are basically in the far corner over there. I could have shown you actually before I ran over here, but yeah, just trying to progress a bit. Anyway, there is the tractor. Let's go for a run and we'll go and get it. So it should be empty. I'm fairly sure it was emptied in the previous episode. Let's just open this door. Opening doors is usually a good thing to do before you get into tractors. Right, start the engine. Okay, so for a moment there I thought it wasn't going to shut the door, but it turns out I'd pressed shift way too many times and the sticky keys thing had come up. Everybody loves sticky keys. Right, off we go. Oh, I need to change the field of view. This tractor does have this as default. I always set it to 50. I always think it looks quite good. But yeah, we're going to have to go all the way around to get to the common harvesters. But yeah, it's not that far. It's not too far. You can see them just over there. Once we've taken the first headland off, we'll be fine. We can go either way. Here they are. So one of them, the one which is on a worker, actually does have 15% capacity left, which isn't that much, but it just goes to show how just because it's slightly further into the centre of the field, how much less distance it's travelled, how much less crops it's actually harvested. So yeah, the more we go round, the less we're going to harvest, unless we start to go up and down the field. But actually, because of the field being like this, being this shape, it may be easier to just keep going around in a circle. We will see. Obviously I'm going to unload both the combines now, otherwise we'll be unloading again in 15% time, which isn't really that long. I'll just move out of the way first of all. Okay, that'll do. We'll empty the contents of this one as well, and see if we can get onto a worker, go up and down the field, then it'll make life much easier because we can just basically keep unloading every time. Although before, with the corn, I still couldn't keep on top of it. It was so hectic. The amount of grain coming off it was just fantastic. But yep, another 30% to take it out of there. There we go. Okay, good. Let's just put that back onto a worker if we can do. I think that was the right machine. I'm going to back up, and yeah, we're going to have to continue for the first headland. So off we go. Okay, well what we're doing is, well, as you know, harvesting the field still. I'm about to go and empty this trailer because I should think, once we've put all of this into there, if it fits, that'll be a full load. The train will be full. So, yeah, I think it is only there that we need to go to. While that is working, while it's filling up, we'll just check here, and we'll see exactly what the prices are like. Now, I don't think it's going to be worth selling anything at this stage. We have sunflower, sunflowers is terrible, and we have corn, which is, yeah, just nothing really that good. So, we're just going to have to put it in storage. But that really isn't a problem. Because if it means getting a better price, then it's going to be worth it. Now, these covers do work on these trailers, so if we really wanted to, we could do that. And I believe that when you go close to it with like a combine harvester, the covers will automatically open. quite a nice feature. Okay, hopefully we can make it around the corner there. Yep. And then, is this the place we tip it? I think it is. I'd say we put it into there. We will see. Yep. It did just flash up. So, I don't know which trailer it is actually. You can see there's a digital display on each one to see how full it is. But yeah, here we go. It is the first one. So that is our corn going into storage. Looking good. Plenty in there. Right, we'll just shunt forwards even more. Do the next trailer. This is the sunflowers, which we've just done. Pretty much a full load, I would say. And then it will finally be corn again. Okay, and finally, yep, here we go. The third trailer. Should work. Brilliant. So yeah, once this is all done, we'll check the amount that we have. So far, looking very impressive for both corn and sunflowers. So potentially, we have a lot of money here, depending on when we sell it. But I'm going to try and aim for a great demand. It shouldn't be too difficult, but usually, when I'm looking for a great demand for a certain crop type, it happens at the most inconvenient time. So we'll be in the middle of a very important job when one of them comes along. So I can't guarantee that we're going to sell it at great demand, but yes, I'm going to try my best. So we'll park this back over here, and I'm going to jump back into the combine and continue. So you can see that we can walk between sunflowers, but yes, there's a few odd bits missed here and there. I think that combine over there is full, looking at a glance what it is. So we've just got to, well, I would say we'll just do this bit here first. Grab the tractor, unload both. There really isn't too much here. Although you'd have thought, if I put this on a worker, it would be able to finish off, but I think that might be asking for quite a bit. I'll go for the tractor just over here, and we'll try and get the other combine moving again. Now the problem with the combines having these extra large headers on is you can't really get underneath the auger because the headers are in the way. It is possible, just about, if you drive in at a sort of angle like this, but doing it on the move is next to impossible. I'm assuming the worker is still in here. Yep, so that should continue on its own, hopefully. Hey, good screenshot. That could be the potential thumbnail for today. And that combine is still moving. Yeah, there's a few bits missed here and there. Hopefully that one's going to continue on its own when it's empty. There is a possibility the trailer is in the way. Let's just see. Nope, that's good. Okay, so we'll focus more on this combine just over here and make sure things are finished off. Once this is done, I'm going to try and find a really suitable field for the bees. It doesn't need to be a very big field, but obviously it needs to be a field which isn't going to be used for anything else. Because it is a fairly permanent structure which we put up, it's not going to be something you can just move about. Okay, we'll take that off a worker, we'll do it ourselves. It's the only disadvantage with fields with corners like this. It just takes quite a bit of shunting about to make sure everything gets harvested. finished. Okay, so let's just put the contents of this into one of these trailers. We have to bring across the auger wagon, which I think, let's just see here, 61% full. Yeah, I could see there was quite a bit in it. And also the other Massey Ferguson is 21%. Pretty good. Let's just get this one out of the way first of all. And we might even be able to drive it straight up to the shed. Probably just over there. So yeah, we'll get everything unloaded. And then we'll pack stuff up, tip this away into the silo, and then we'll finish off by having a drive around in the Hilux, taking a look at the different fields which we have around. But what we might have to do is partition a field. So basically, that's for manure. Basically, yeah, just turn a section of a field we already have into grass so that we can put the bees onto there. But again, I don't want it to be too far away from certain areas, like, I suppose, a water source, and it has to be very close to the yard, really, because we have to store our equipment somewhere as well. We don't really want to be creating new tracks and driveways just to put some bees in. So, I suppose, actually, we could put them in the yard. The yard is very big. Anyway, that can go there. And now over to the other combine and the John Deere. Filling up. Looking good. Not as much in here though. But we'll do the same thing, we'll take it back to the yard and hopefully it'll go in the same shed actually. It might be a bit of a squeeze going between the combine we just put in and the header, I should have thought. Should have put the other one in there. But it should just about squeeze through with a bit of luck. Yes. And I did it without clipping anything. It's a miracle. There we go. So yeah, finishing off with the chaser bin. I think it'll all fit in the same trailer. If it doesn't, again, it really does not matter at all. The thing I've learned with this as well is you don't have to go too close. Whereas with the combine you have to go pretty much right over. Yeah, that should all fit. Good. So yeah, it's obviously a fairly slow job. You could say a repetitive job as well. But the sunflowers are going to earn us quite a bit of money, so it's going to be worth it. At least that is the plan. Just trying to do as many screenshots as possible. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't really have to go in this yard. In fact, this one I might take over here. It's just the door is open. For some reason my right shift key is working intermittently. I'd like to shut the door, but for some reason it doesn't always work. It's a new development today. It's the first time it has done this. I know it's not the tractor or the mod because it's worked in the past. It's actually worked in this video. Yeah, probably if I restart it will all be fixed. Some weird temporary glitch. Right. The space, yeah, the space in here. We'll put it in there. Still getting used to reversing with a crawler tractor. There we go. So we should actually be able to shut it from the outside. There we go. That's that finished with then. Let's go back over here, two John Deeres together. Both actually pretty good looking, although I think I probably like the look of this one more. The 8520. So the road train. It's already 20 past 6. I can't believe how the time flies. Let's go and put these sunflowers into the silo. For some reason as well, my pedals have decided to stop as well. They do it from time to time. It's rare, but I think what it might be is the Logitech profiler. If you minimise the game, it does it most of the time, so yeah, it's rare for it to do it if I haven't minimised. I think it must just think that you're not in the game anymore or something. The weirdest thing is the steering wheel always continues to work. It's only the pedals that go off. But other people have mentioned this to me and they've said that they've had the same problem. And yeah, it's nothing to really worry about, because all you have to do is restart the game. So while that is tipping, we should be able to see the live update just here. We finished off with 81,960 litres of corn and 63,724 litres of the sunflowers. Pretty good price here. It's not necessarily the best one, but it's alright. But we'll still wait. We'll wait until it says great demand. And I think we'll keep all of these just here. Please don't crash. Good. That'll do nicely. I should not have walked all the way back. I should have just tabbed to it. So we have here the Hilux with, actually it still has the additive in the back. It's going to go for a bit of a trip around the map. But let's just take a look on here first of all, before we do go driving off. I suppose this is going to be the area where we put it, where we've actually already put some trees. I know it's not too far, but that's exactly what I want really. We could put them in this corner here. The trees are here. As it's been mentioned, it may be a while until they actually grow. But beyond here, the rest of this field is actually totally empty. All the way over to the freight yard. So, yeah, this could be a very good place to do the bees. But before we do make a final decision, because we can't really do that straight away without looking at other potential areas, we're going to go over to, I think it's actually just north of the other yard, just over there. There should be some land as well. So let's just drive through here. Try and go as steady as possible. This is going to need to be cultivated again, unless, I suppose actually yeah, it would be direct drilled, because we're going to put the wheat in. So yeah, direct drill. Or the canola. There's not really going to be much in the way of cultivating, which is quite nice actually, because it's not a job I like doing a great deal. It's alright. But yeah, I prefer the more unusual jobs actually, over the jobs which you would probably immediately think of as being quite fun. Right, so actually yes, it turns out that this is the cow field. It's not necessarily all the cow's field though, because I think it goes all the way over the back here. If we just drive over here as well, as you can see there is a track. So their boundary looks to be here. So yes, there is indeed some potential land just here for our bees. The only thing is it too open? Is it too rough? It looks alright. I would say we have now 2 pieces of potential land to put the bees on. We do have a barn here which could be useful, so maybe over here. The other good thing as well is it's not really interfering with the trees field. I know that trees aren't really going to care, but when we do come to, if we come to fell them, it's going to be a bit more disruptive, and it would be quite nice to have a bit more space. Whereas if we start putting bee houses up, beehives and all these different processing buildings, it's going to take up some space. But yes, I think we'll leave you there. I think I have pretty much made up my mind. This can be where they go. So yeah, thank you for watching, and until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.